What equipment do you need for cold calling? This is going to make you laugh. A phone. Ha ha ha. It's, it is that simple, right? It's a phone, right? But there are some other things that you can have which make the job a whole lot easier. What you got to think is you're going to try and get to the point where you can cold call 100 people in a day. And if you can cold call 100 people in a day, you're guaranteed to make some leads, you're guaranteed to make some sales, unless there is something fundamentally wrong with the other aspects of your business, okay? For example, your reputation. You need a phone, all right? Because you need to be able to call people. This is actually not even a barrier, because with some of the other things I'm going to tell you about in a second, you can call through the internet, all right? You can call directly from your CRM. If you don't know what CRM is, it's Customer Relationship Manager, and it's a piece of software that's a bit like a sexy spreadsheet with a bunch of other features that you'll learn about later in the modules, okay? If you really are struggling to get the rest of it together, you can start with a phone, no problem. The next thing that you want to have is a laptop. Why do you want to have a laptop? When you're cold calling someone, it helps if you can do a teeny bit of preparation beforehand. So when you cold call someone and you offer them a service like a website, it would help if you've looked through their existing website, or you've looked at their existing advertising and you've seen what's going on. A little bit of preparation goes a long way. And so when you're cold calling someone, they don't think, oh, this guy's just ringing numbers out of the book. They'll think, oh, he's actually looked into me, I'm a bit researched. They're more likely to talk to you, okay? So you want to have a phone and you want to have a laptop. The reason you want to do that is so that you can be on loudspeaker with your phone with their website up in front of you. And you can also have your CRM up in front of you. So you can be making notes on the CRM and you can be talking to them. And if for some reason you don't have phone signal, you can be using the Wi-Fi through your laptop, through your CRM. Okay? The other two things that you're going to need are leads and a website. Okay? But those things can come later. Just let that boat go past. You're really cruising. The other two things that you're going to need are leads, so these are people that you're going to call, and a website. Why do you need a website for your business? Okay, quite a lot of the time you're going to call someone and they're going to say, can you send me some information please? That's the goal of the cold call, is that you send them some information, they know who you are, you can then add them to your usual follow-up sequence, right? They've gone from cold to warm. If you send someone an email from jackswebsitebusiness@gmail.com, they're never going to take you seriously. Buy a domain, www.jackswebsites.com. Yeah? Set up an email service. You can do that through GoDaddy. Set up an email service, like emails through GoDaddy with Microsoft 365, and get yourself jack@jackswebsites.com. A professional email and a professional domain. Build a landing page so that when you send them some information, it comes directly from the company you said you're calling from. It builds trust. You'll have a much easier time converting the leads into sales. And that's it. That's all you need to be cold calling. You can start with literally a phone and no website. If you're able to talk well enough on the phone, you will sell things on the phone with just the phone, okay? The next best thing is a phone and a laptop, so you can have your CRM there. It's much easier to use the CRM on the laptop than it is on the phone. Then you need leads, and then you need a website. That's it. Really, that's it.